Allen's car is just beautifully turned out, and it looks to me extraordinarily long and sleek. Quite a neat-looking car. As I mentioned, Joey Bojalic's fast lap in qualifying at 2:11.3. Wes Allen in the car that's the gridded second had a fast lap of a 2:17.7. So 6.5 seconds between them. Starting third, a winner of several races when we were at Pittsburgh International Race Complex last weekend, Emily Ryan, one of the few female race drivers we have with us this weekend. She's a very fast driver, car number 70. It's a 1975 Caldwell D13, and Emily's from Whitehaven, Pennsylvania. Starting fourth, car 37, driving his Lotus 7, George Vappa from Wilmington, Delaware, a frequent race winner here at Schenley Park. Starting fifth, car 55, David Allison from Dunn, North Carolina, in one of the second of the Formula Fords, a 1972 Merlin Mark 20. Starting sixth, car 69, David Yeager from Morgantown, West Virginia, in a 1969 Zeitler. That's our second Formula V. Starting seventh, car 88, Chris Livengood from New Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, in a 1972 Demon. Starting eighth, car 148, David Gibson from Fredericksburg, Virginia, in the 1958 VAY Special, a car built for the road racing class in Canada back in the 1950s. It was simply called Canadian class. So it's a Canadian class car brought to the U.S., the West Coast, made its way, obviously, through a number of owners across the country. David Gibson's been bringing the VAY or VAY Special to Schenley Park now for several years. Starting ninth, Lauren Light. Yes, our second female driver right here in another vintage Formula V. This is the purple 1967 Auto Dynamics Formula V D4A. Lauren Light from Pittsburgh, Moon Township. Starting 10th in a Lotus 7, Kelsey Patterson from Pittsburgh. No time in qualifying, so not sure we'll see Kelsey. Also on the grid sheet, car 577, Spencer Patterson from Pittsburgh in a Lotus Formula Junior, car 577. And Von Glace is last on the list. I talked to his dad a little earlier. Von can't make the race today with a car issue. I think the car was damaged in practice session yesterday, I believe. He had the LeGrand Club Ford. Von Glace had an interesting story. It may be told in the program. I'm not sure. He came here last year to race a Formula Ford. They couldn't get the Ford started. So another competitor said, here, take my Formula V, a car that he'd never driven before. He did some fiddling with the car. He adjusted the brakes. He went out and he won his class. Later in the year, Sports Car Club of America, national championships, they're called the runoffs. He won in a class called Formula X. So sorry not to see Von Glace here, but I'm sure he'll be back. Here's a pace car in. Looking for our field now. To approach the start line, we'll look for a green flag which signals the start of the race. It's not a given, but it is likely, and we do have a start. And there goes Joey Bajalad. First lap complete. Joey Bajalad, your pole sitter, is way out in front, and so is Wes Allen, way out in second. Here's your third place car. That's the Demon Sports Racer of Chris Livengood, car number 88. Then George Vappa in fourth place in the Lotus 7, car number 37. And running fifth at the moment is Emily Ryan, car number 70. And the red and yellow Formula V, I believe it's an not an Auto Dynamics, but a Caldwell, 1975 Caldwell Formula V. Then comes Bob Albert in car 157. Actually, in fifth place, it's the Formula Ford Merlin of David Allison, car number 55. Then car 157, Bob Albert, who's from Pittsburgh. And then car 148, David Gibson in the VAY Canadian class sports racer, or Formula car, I guess I should say. And then Lauren Light, car 257, the Purple Auto Dynamics Formula V. And in 10th place, Kelsey Patterson, car 126, the Lotus 7. Joey Bojalad is your leader, car 701, 1960 Elva Mark VI. It's one of the very first of the mid-engine sports racers. I think that Joey pointed out that I think it was Cooper who actually had the first kind of groundbreaking, trend-setting mid-engine sports racer, but this Elva came along soon afterwards. Very successful sports racer. Very few of them being raced today. Wes Allen runs second in the former AAR, that's All-American Racing, Eagle Formula Ford. All-American Racers, of course, was Dan Gurney's outfit, designing and building some fabulous race cars, including some very successful Indianapolis 500 racing cars. It was surprising to me to learn that AAR had built a small production run of Formula Fords in the late 1970s, but this is one. And Chris Livengood is holding down third place now, car number 88, that bright yellow 1972 Demon 1. It's a sports racer about which I really know nothing, except it's quite fast, because Chris started 7th and he's running a very fine 3rd at the moment. Joey Bojalad's quick time was a 2:14 flat. Wes Allen running a 2:16.5. So 2.5 seconds a lap between first and second, and then Chris Livengood is running at 2:26, so he's another 10 seconds per lap slower than the second place car. want to recognize our premier and gold sponsors this year of the 40th annual Pittsburgh Vintage Grand Prix. Western Pennsylvania Chevrolet dealers, Volkswagen, UBS Walnut Wealth Management, Twin Pine, Lux Creative, Pittsburgh International Race Complex, Steptoe Johnson, Cadillac, Bobby Rahal Automotive Group, R.R. Donnelly Pittsburgh, and Lamar Outdoor. And of course, the Pittsburgh Vintage Grand Prix presenting sponsor is the Greater Pittsburgh Automobile Dealers Foundation. Thanks to all our sponsors helping us to raise the funds that we turn over to our Pittsburgh Vintage Grand Prix charities through the years since 1983, raising funds for Autism Pittsburgh and the Merrickey Allegheny Valley School. And through this 39 years, we've been able to divide more than $6 million between those two fine southwestern Pennsylvania institutions, and hoping to get a little closer to the $7 million mark this year. And you're helping us to get there by being here with us, perhaps spending a little money, making a contribution, buying merchandise, and so on. Also thanks to Bank of America, Bentley Pittsburgh, BMW, Corkboard Concepts, Ferrari Philadelphia, Heffron Tillotson Baird, Helltown Brewing, Mazza Vineyards, your neighborhood Ford store, Orr's Jewelers, Porsche Pittsburgh, Porter Wright, Sewickley Porsche, Southside Works, Tri-State Capital Bank, and V&T Wealth Advisors. We're just past the halfway mark in this 30-minute race. We're about almost 16 minutes in. It's still Joey Bojalit out front in the white Elva. Unfortunately, Emily Ryan has gone off and impacted the barrier. Emily Ryan driving car number 70, the red and yellow Caldwell Formula V. She had an issue last week at one point. She won a couple of races, and then I think she said something went wrong with steering, and that made her pull off course. I don't think she impacted anything, but it was a mechanical issue, and I don't know what led to this. This would be, I would call this a rare error made by Emily Ryan in car number 70. But I think we're going to have to pick that car up and bring it in at the end of the session. Emily's fine. Not sure how that happened, but all of a sudden Wes Allen is your leader and Joey Bojalit is in second. He just turned Joey did a rather slow lap at 2:28 for where he'd been circulating more like 212, 214. So something must have happened. Maybe he got caught up in the Emily Ryan situation there. I'm not sure. George Vappa had been running about fifth in car number 37. He started fourth. That's the Lotus 7. And now I understand that he has pulled off. And he is at station 18, I believe, which is, no, 11. That's 11, right? Oh. He's off at station 11. And that's just past Westinghouse Fountain. He's trying to get, he's pulled off to the side. It's apparently a mechanical issue. He's trying to get started again. Okay. And he is back on course now. But again, if he's got an issue, we may be looking for him to stop here in the pit. We'll take a look. Stefan Vappa. No, George Vappa, pardon me, George Vappa. There are two of the Vappas here. George is driving the Lotus 7 in this race, car 37. And here is the red Lotus 7, car 37 of George Vappa. He's going to pull into the pit. Let's see. I think he's just going to have them check the car. And I think George has decided to go up to the paddock, so I think he's retiring from this race. George Vappa, the red Lotus 7, car 37, retired. It's Wes Allen out front in the Gurney Eagle Formula Ford, car number 8A. It's unusual to have a race of Formula cars and sports racers and not have Joey Bojalad leading, but that's what we have at the moment. And now car number 88 has pulled off at station 7. That's Chris Livengood and that bright yellow Demon Sports Racer. 7 is right by the visitor center there, Shenley Park Visitor Center, right at the base of Flagstaff Hill. That's a shame because that car looked really good and I wanted to talk to him about it. I'd like to know more about the Demon 1 from 1972. So now in third place is David Allison, car 55. That's a Merlin Formula Ford, a 1972 Merlin. And David Allison has come up from Dunn, North Carolina. He may end up on the podium. So Joey Bojalad is not turning laps anything like his fast laps earlier in this race. He's off by about 15 seconds per lap. Should be just a couple of laps remaining in this race. Our next race will be for production cars under 2 liters. That means Lotus Elans, Triumphs, BMWs, Porsche 914, MGB, Datsun 510, Alfa GTV, and more. It's a big field, about 35 cars. Coming up next, a 30-minute race for production race cars under 2 liters. And again, we're under, I'm going to guess, under 2 laps in this race. Your leader is car 8A. Wes Allen in the Eagle Formula Ford. Car number, yes, 8A, Wes Allen from Lexington, Kentucky. There's the 1 lap to go. 1 lap to go sign goes up for our leader, Wes Allen, in car 8A. So last lap. Long gap back to second place, Joey Bujalad, car 701. The first of the sports racers. Wes Allen has the first of the formula cars. I'd mention that Stephen Morisi is driving car number 14, one of the formula cars, and Morisi, members of the Morisi family, their father and a bunch of the Morisi sons have raced at the PVGP for very many years, possibly beginning with our first year. I haven't checked, but I'm not sure. But we've had a number of the Morisis come and join us, and I think Stephen is the latest. I met him last year at the Put-in-Bay vintage car races. I think that was the first time he had ever raced. And he said he's the last one in his, among the Morisi brothers to go racing. And carrying on a wonderful family tradition. I think their father was Jerry Morisi. Next time by for our leader, which has been the formula car, here it is, Wes Allen takes the win, the overall win in car 8A. That beautiful AAR Eagle Formula Ford.
Hello.
Hi.
Is this mine?
Yours.
Yay. Yeah, I thought.
Wes, what a great looking car and what a great drive.
Thank you. Thank you. It was a lot of work. Both were a lot of work, the car and the drive.
It's such a gorgeous car. I tried to mention a couple of times during the race that this is an AAR built, that is to say Dan Gurney's outfit, built Formula Ford, and it's a gorgeous thing.
So my son and I picked this up in Omaha, Nebraska. We spent 7 years rebuilding the car. And so we worked for 7 years now. I've been enjoying it for about 5.
Boy, I'm so glad you brought it to Pittsburgh, and I guess it was worth your while.
So I was born here. I was born in Shadyside. I grew up in Monroeville, and I live in Kentucky now. So I wanted this. I wanted this.
You deserve it then.
Yeah, thanks. And I got to thank Jim Little from Driver Services for helping me out. And our new crew, Chris.
Excellent. Congratulations, Wes Allen. Now, I have to talk to Joey because it's unusual in a race that has Joey in it that he doesn't finish up front. So
I don't know what happened, but I'm going to find out right now.
all right. Wes Allen, congratulations. Joey, as I mentioned, unusual not to see you right up front. I heard you saying something about handling issues.
Well, I guess it's better to come in second with a car that's going to Monterey in 2 weeks than, yeah. Yeah, like on the third lap, I came up over the top of the hill and hit the brakes, and the car pulled to the right really hard, and I'm like, okay. Then I hit the brakes again. It started wobbling. I'm like, I got a wheel coming off. So I almost came in, and then it just kept getting worse. And then I slowed down, and then came up, and I just I was just figuring, get it into the barn, bring it home, because like I said, in 2 weeks we're in Monterey, so we'll get it. We've had brake problems all weekend.
Your fast laps were killer laps, though. They were really, really fast.
The track was getting a little slick. It's hot out there, but it's in great shape, and everybody did a great job as usual. The corner workers were great, and the fans, and it's just a great event.
We're proud of you.
All good things come to an end, and next time we'll get it right, and we'll give you a better show.
We're proud of you going up to Monterey.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah. Thanks so much, Ted. Appreciate it. Great job.
And David Allison, also, wow, a very beautifully turned out car.
Thank you.
And?
And that was great. And I just watched in my mirrors for these two. That's and went fast to say cool.
There was some attrition in this race, and some folks who might have been giving you a harder time fell out with various issues.
That's racing. Yeah.
But as they say, that's racing.
That's racing. I was worried about Emily in the Formula V, but did she fall out?
Yeah, she had an issue. I think she went off. She may have had contact with one of the jersey barriers. And you're right, she's very fast, and her car's very fast and well prepared.
Well, this is my first outing in this car, so it went pretty well. Yeah.
Well, okay. So next time maybe you'll be a little higher up on the podium.
Hope so. Thank you.
Congratulations for a very fine third place. That's David Allison from Dunn, North Carolina, in that Merlin Formula Ford. Beautiful. Enjoy your Helltown. No, you get the whole thing. Oh, yeah. You have to save some of that till a little later. Do you gents want to get up here on the podium and? No. Okay.
And then we're going to get all three of you up.
There you go, for a photograph.
Yep, right up here on the podium. Right behind, yep.
Way to go, brother.
Yeah.
Oh, we're doing okay. Hang on.
Yeah, please. Thank you.
Chris, come on over. Come on. Come on, Chris.
Yeah, Jake, get a couple pictures.
If I get the interview first, please.
How do we do this?
Go get in the center, please. I know what it was? With the
Yeah.
flag, and then either of you on either side.
Oh well, because that right hand and that you're helping me. Yeah, but it yeah, it's the serpentine and stuff. It's like I said, that's serpentine. Yeah, and it could run hard. But I tell you, I almost came in because I can't remember the time. Yeah. Good. You want to take it up? Good. And then, go ahead, Jake. Take it up.
Matt Allen, am I good to stop recording at the moment? You on commercial?